Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you've smiled today. My name is Trisha Howard, aka Trisha Kicks Sass, and thank you so much for spending your time with us today on this episode 17. Cannot believe it's already 17 of the monthly threat brief, the SIG download. I am so excited, as I am every month, but I'm really excited this month to have the illustrious Maudan on with us today. Hi, thanks for coming.
Hey Trisha, thank you for having me here on the show.
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
of course. I'm really excited to have everybody listen to you and talk about your amazing work. I'm just super excited. So, before we jump in, would you just introduce yourself and tell all these awesome people why they should listen to you?
well, yeah, first of all, my name is Maudan, as you said. I'm a security researcher at Akamai, and I'm part of the ESG research team. I got over a decade of experience in development and research, mainly for security products. Beside that, I'm a father of three adorable kids, which you have already met them.
They are adorable. Yes, they are very cute. If they come in, they're welcome. They're always welcome on the
Oh,
show.
all right, thank you.
So, one of my favorite things to ask my guests is what's your favorite part of your job?
Well, my favorite part of my job is being on the ESG. By being on the ESG research team, I got the chance to touch in a wide spectrum of cybersecurity aspects, and by that I can actually break things down, like understand how they work from the inside and how all the cogs and gears and of the software are moving, and just try to exploit and understand how to make them more secure.
Love
So
it. Oh yeah, I mean
yeah.
you can't it's the best way to secure something is to figure out how to break it because then you know what somebody else is looking for. Yes. Oh, I love that answer. So thank you very much. We're going to kind of jump in. For those of you who have been to the show before, welcome back and thank you. For those of you who are new here, what I'm going to do really quickly is just run through some news updates, some things that have been going on over here, and then we are going to jump into the entree of the show is what I like to call it, which is talking about the crypto miner research. So that's your little teeny tiny little snippet. Okay, all right. So let's talk about some news. There have been several vulnerabilities lately. If you haven't been living under a rock, my goodness, there was a few in Apache. Of course, Tomcat and Camel both saw some vulnerabilities, and in fact, the Camel one we found an additional CVE. So you'll want to read that write up. And then most recently was the Next.js. So we have some links in the show notes per usual. Definitely go check those out because we actually have mitigations and detection scripts in there for all three of these, which is pretty cool. And oh yeah, on the additional CVE in up in Camel, there's actually not only just one in the header, but there is one in the parameter as well. That's where we found. So it's rather interesting. Man, if you've been on the show before, you'll recognize the name Ori David, the king himself. He put out an amazing piece on VBS enclaves that you'll definitely want to check out. And last but literally not least, because that's what we're talking about the entire show, which are parts 1 and 2 of the Crypto Miner trilogy. So, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so this I'll just jump right in. I couldn't have paid myself for an awesome for a segue this good because I literally wrote it. But I wanted to have him on here because he's so awesome, and this series in particular on crypto mining or crypto miners, sorry, was very educational for me as well. I learned so much, especially from the first one, and I liked it because they all have a main theme throughout, and they get more technical as they go. So there's something for any reader in there of any technical level, which I really appreciated. So on that note, as we're getting in here, can you kind of explain what the themes are of the three and like how they build onto each other a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, yes, of course. Uh, it is a three-part series, which in the first part you will find the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, and beside that you will find the motivation of the attacker and the actual impact of the crypto miner on several sectors.
Ah,
We
yes.
show we I think Yeah,
I
you
have
got
one
it.
right up
Yeah,
here.
you got it. Right. So, this is actually our unique data about how crypto miners actually attack several sectors, as you can see about the non-profit one of education, which is very huge. It's and not surprisingly, and you will find also the glimpse of the attacker mindset himself. Uh, on the second installment, you will find 4 case studies according to our mining topology modeling, uh, which the mining topologies are how attacker will implement the crypto miner across his campaign.
Yep.
At the end, you will find also a detection techniques that we suggest uh, security practitioners to implement in order to detect and find such crypto miners. And on the third part, you will, which is actually not published yet,
Not yet.
uh, you will find fight back techniques that we are eager to show you what we actually did, how we actual well we
How we fight
actually
back.
yeah we actually shut down a campaign live in the wild campaign
Yeah, we
from
did.
remotely, of course. Yes.
Ah, I love it. I love getting back to them or back at them the way that they get back at their victims. So speaking of the visual, which I'm going to flash up here one more time because I want to make sure everybody sees this. This makes me so sad how much nonprofit and education is affected here, and the reason that I find it so sad is because of how much money it takes for them to be profitable. So this was something that really stuck out in your work to me, was the how much money it takes for an attacker to be profitable. So for a cloud customer, it takes $53 of victim spend for an attacker to make $1 of profit. This is maddening. And when you talk about the scale, when you talk about the scale of these things, think about how many people have to be infected to make that attacker money, and look at who is getting hit. And it just makes me so sad. So I'm really glad you pointed that out. And of course, like I can always talk about attacker motivation. I find that like super, super fascinating. So actually on that note, was there a campaign that you saw as part of your work that particularly stood out to you?
Actually, yes, there is a the first case study on the second installment. You will find a campaign about is lived for 6 years now until this
Wow.
day, this particular
Mhm.
day, and it's generate annual revenue of a $50,000 per year. It's almost like a small business in America. So this is a really pretty good passive income for a attacker, which we are not encourage them to do it, but we will find a way to eliminate it. This is what we are
Yes.
going to do it.
We sure will. Yeah, we love getting fighting backstories because we don't often get nice stories in security. So when we were talking before about your uh, your background and how you decide to what to work on, um, what made you focus on crypto miners here? Because you as a researcher, you can choose anything that you want to talk about. So what made you choose
Yes,
crypto
yes.
miners?
Well, it is not my natural line of work or of research, actually. I'm coming from the world of EPP, EDR, XDR, all the security products. But the misperception that crypto miners are actually not that harmless, is not that harmful, it's just wrong. And even in the security community, and we can find people that think it's it's easy to detect, which is not easy to detect, and it's easy to remove, which is sometimes not easy to remove. And this is what makes me feel like I need to bring the research of the crypto miner anatomy, which cover from the beginning through the hunting and finding the campaigns, through the detection, and finally the fight back techniques that will just release victims' resources just for the general good.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And yes, again, I particularly love that it can be done with little lift from you. This is a little teaser for y'all because you definitely want to read all of them, but the third one, as was mentioned, is not out yet. So this is a sneak peek. Um, you definitely want to read this because we don't often get these good stories in security and the way that these things are being disseminated and the victims that they are taking. It's really nice to hear that we're getting back. And in fact, we're already like nearing time, so I'm going to kind of transition into that. We do have a sneak peek on how we can fight back. Do you want to jump into there? Pull up our visuals.
Yeah, yeah. This visual will just show you how we just take one of the campaign, actually the 6 years old campaign, and just by using our technique, reduce by 50% in 1 hour, by 50% the income of the attacker. It will eventually will make him ditch the campaign because it will be non-profit for him. So this is our goal there.
Yeah, I love it. And that is the way that you fight back is you stop making it profitable. Um, that is what we've learned with ransomware, and it is no different with this either. Oh, thank you so much. I can't believe we're already at time. This
Yeah, it
could
was quick.
It was so fast. I could talk to you for ages about this. So everybody definitely go read these pieces and keep your eye out for the third installment, which is coming out soon. Um, for thank you again for everybody joining. I hope to see you again next month for episode 18. I've got a very special episode. Every episode is special, but this one in particular is going to be very new and exciting for us. So keep an eye out for comms on that. Any of the pieces that we talked about today are in the attachments tab of this webinar. You can also find it on our SIG page on Akamai.com, and of course, any of our blog posts. You want to keep this page bookmarked so you never miss an episode. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, jokes, songs, even, we want to hear them. Reach out to us directly at brighttalk@akamai.com. We want to hear from you. We want to keep this show relevant for you. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Mo, for your brilliance.
Thank you.
And Cybernara, y'all.